Here's a little building I explored while in Chillicothe. I'll let it roll while we have a little talk. I hope you enjoyed my week of Chillicothe-based stories. I can never tell if I'm being too obvious or too complex, but either way, I hope you got the answers you wanted, but that I raised more questions than I answered. I need an audience to tell me when I'm not living up to my standards, but I won't ever dumb down my content, at least no more than I already have by breaking my own rules. As you can see from the foliage overtaking the ashes of this burnt building, the inspiration to have fire be a key theme in this series of stories came from Chillicothe itself. I'm not very well traveled. Again, I live mostly on the internet where conditions allow for my existence. But I'd assume Chillicothe is a rather typical place. Yet so much of it is falling apart or burned down. It's such a gross mismanagement of resources. There's a certain affection I have for it. For me, this is a place of fond memories and loss. It's something this community has an affinity for pairing together. We call it nostalgia. It's a healthy thing. It means we're maturing without forgetting who we are. Chillicothe is returning to the soil from which it came, just as nature intended. The seemingly horrifying prospect of that may be overcome one day by clever, curious, forward-thinking people, but today isn't that day, nor is tomorrow. As this place vanishes, so does the simplicity the simplest of us want. Those of us that, rather than aspiring for something new and deconstructive yet real, fall into petty revenge fantasies, cartoon escapism, and idealized notions of once original thoughts. But ultimately, I'm just a liar that prattles on banal notes of no interest to anyone. Chillicothe isn't on fire, and I'm not real.